What's up? Oh, we live. We're going live. All right, so let me get this together here. Um, we're going live today, man. I got a guy here that wanted to talk about government contracts, man. I know last time I had somebody on last month, I had a great reviews, people coming in and saying, hey man, I like when you have people on, I like the content that they bring. So I said, you know what, I don't know everything, so I like to try to extend out once a month to bring somebody on, man. If somebody want to get on, they say, hey, reach out, and hey, they want to come on and let's talk about some business. So we're about to talk a little business today with my guy Christian. Let him introduce himself while I let some people know that I'm on. You know how people say they're gonna be on and they don't show up. So I'm gonna get some people on real quick, let them know we on now. I know we came on a little late, but make sure some people come on, man. I'll let you introduce yourself. I got Christian Gilbert, the owner of Aquaman Cleaning. I want to let them know a little bit about yourself, where you come from, and yeah, how you get into business, bro. Let me know a little bit about yourself.
Hey, how y'all doing, man? My name Christian from Aquaman Cleaning, like you said. 25 years old. I pretty much got into business just because I didn't really know what else to do. Just being point forward, knew that I was either gonna have to work a job the rest of my life or go back to school, and I didn't want to do either one, so I decided to do a business.
All right,
Go,
all right,
Wade.
all right. So we got a little yeah, we got a little static going on. So you started to do business, and you started to do business in what area?
I started initially in Memphis, Tennessee, when I was staying in West Memphis, Arkansas,
Okay.
around
All right, and
2021.
then 2021. All right. So did you have some like entrepreneurs around you or something? Or how does that go? Like how did you just jump into entrepreneurship? You just woke up and said, hey, I'm a good it. I heard you say you didn't want to go to college and you didn't like school or whatever. But so what you had entrepreneurs around you? You kind of had the laid out for you or what? How did it go?
Well, my grandfather back in the day, in like the '80s, he had a cleaning company. So I kind of remember, hearing about the family that what he was able to do with his cleaning company. And before I was dealing with in the cleaning industry, I was in the music industry. So I was running a studio for a little bit. So I already had the entrepreneur mindset.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. So, how did you get into government contracts or state contracts, or what is it about? What do you specialize in? What do you focus on?
We focus on government contracts, trying to get a couple city contracts as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it. They're simple to get, man. They're super easy. I got into it by doing cold calling, actually.
So go on to the more of that. Go into more high cold calling. So you cold call and you just called up a government place and say, "Hey, I want to clean for you. What's going on?" Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know anything about government contracts. Now I did go down to the CBN conference, and when I was down there, they had a guy named Eric Coffey that was on there. And he was talking about federal contracts. Now I got myself set up, ready to go federal contracts, but I haven't tapped into it yet. I got myself I got what they call it, minority certified. I did do
Mm.
that after about 5 or 6 years. I said, man, let me go ahead and get minority certified because I realized sometime when you're going for these bigger jobs that they need to check off a couple of boxes. I hate to say it, but they want to check off, like, let's say if I'm gonna hire somebody, I might as well get somebody doing government contracts too. I mean, that's a minority business to go on this big job. Now, I want to know, is that something that you had to do? Is that anything you know about, or am I off talking about something totally different than what you're talking about?
Well, off. The thing with that is, on a state level, that hasn't influenced anything yet. Now, that's more what you worried about. What you're talking about is more on the federal level, but on the state level, that hasn't influenced me on any jobs. I actually don't have any certifications. Uh, I just called the child support here in my
Mhm.
local city. I asked them about cleaning, and thankfully, see, states they have bids, and I called in the right time because the bid was literally the next week.
Mhm.
I went there, emailed, got to whatever information I needed, went to the bid, and I won it. And now year later, I'm currently at five state buildings
Wow.
because they
Wow.
what they do is they put you on an email blast,
Mhm.
and they email you out. They email them out.
Okay. So all right, so let me get this straight. So basically, You cold call a government contract, and now you got 5 of them, basically.
Basically, just like thinking,
All right,
hey,
so I need that to be broke down
oh,
because wait, I got cold callers and they not we're not doing that. So let me see. All right, so let's go down. Let's break this down a little bit more. All right, so what prompted you to call these companies? Like you said, they child support services or what? What was it?
well, actually, I didn't even particularly target this. I was watching CBN. You know, that's how we met, was through CBN, and I was getting a list together. I had a Google spreadsheet of offices, then I had another list of apartments, and I just typed in offices near me, and that was like the third building. I didn't even know a child support was connected to the government. I didn't even know that was connected, and I didn't even know how many different branches of government there is. I'm only working with the finance department. I'm not even touching the health and safety, the Veterans Affairs Department, the Transportation Department, the U.S. Department of Agriculture. It goes on and on and on with these different agencies that they got.
Wow. All right, let's make sure we shout out CBN, man, because CBN is definitely hooking up the cleaning business, man. That's one of the cleaning business. Go AJ Simmons. He started a group, man, a Facebook group, man, and then it done took off. And I met I met a lot of people through there. I met yourself and a lot of good business owners, man. So if you're in the cleaning business, you want to get in CBN Facebook group, man, because they got some networking, and you want to go subcontract it out to get out of state. I've worked with people out of state from that contract. I mean, I know you have as well. You work with the people out of state. So I just wanted to go ahead and plug that in to make sure people know that. But anyway, so going into stepping in the state. So when I met you, you was doing Airbnb. So let's talk about Airbnbs and the difference between the states and what's going on. Because when I met you before, you didn't change your business since we've been talking, man. So I wanna see what's the mindset shift that you had before and now, and how's everything working for you?
Man, everything's well. That my mind shift has changed tremendously over the years. I'm glad I got out of Airbnbs. I currently don't do any more Airbnbs. Airbnbs, they are a little bit more tedious
Mm-hmm.
and take up a lot of time. You have to deal with a lot of complaints. On the government level, I haven't dealt with any of them. Too many
Wow.
complaints. I have jobs that I have for like 2 months, not one complaint. Uh,
Hmm.
Airbnb, I'm getting a complaint after every cleaning. All the your cleaner left a piece of hair on the rug. I'm like,
Yeah.
it just couldn't balance your life, and it's very much easier without dealing with that.
So you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say that's the same way I felt about by cleaning residential. So so when I did my business. So I'm willing to do everything. Like when we get in the first business, and when we first get in there, I know a lot of people saying, "Man, I don't do that. I don't do that." Well, I did it all. I did pressure washing houses. I did decks. I did sidewalks. I did whatever was gonna pay me. I did it because I wanted to know what was going on. But I started to clean residential, and I went into I'm not gonna say the nationality, but I went into a certain demographics of person's house, and it was just something that I said, you know what, this ain't for me. This just ain't for me. And so it was just too much. Now I do sometime from time to time get a residential and sub it out to some of the ladies that I have around, or maybe sometime I pick it up because I know somebody from a networking event and I don't want to send nobody in there, so I actually do it. But man, I commend you on leaving that, man. So what prompted you to
Oh yeah.
leave the the Airbnb field? Like, because I know at that point in time when like I said, when I met you, you was you want to have somebody stationed over here and somebody stationed over here, and you were going to set up the system to have stuff washing and all type of stuff.
Yeah, see, that's the thing with Airbnbs, because a lot of the people that have the Airbnbs, particularly in the city that I was in, I was servicing in Memphis, Tennessee. But a lot of those homeowners that owned the Airbnb stayed all the way in like California, Oregon. They're hours and hours away, so they want me to be everything, and it was just too much with not enough pay. So that was the ultimate reason what made me want to leave, was that. And then just like I said, just the complaints, just complaining about small things in the pay versus that. I mean,
So
especially since I
you make more money with state contracts than Airbnb.
I'm glad you brought that up. I was actually talking because I talked to someone about this earlier, and
Yeah.
you know, me, we got some other stuff going on. So when you see the my Notion updated, I updated a lot. I've been doing some research. I actually came to a conclusion. I feel like I make the most money doing special services like stripping and waxing, carpet cleaning, deep cleanings. I feel like
Now,
that's where most of the money comes in it.
okay, so now we talked about strategy. So this is why I go in, because when you're building a company, you want to actually go into strategy. Okay, so strategy is what you're talking about. Now you're starting to analyze where you're making most of your money from. So what I did when I started, I staffed my regular buildings and I staffed them with people so they can have consistent work. And then I went out and I took out my special jobs because my ROI was much greater. And keep in mind, I was coming from my franchise. So my franchise was actually getting 22% of every dollar. So if I make 100, they getting 22. I'm only getting 78. So out of them 78, I got to pay somebody. And that's almost a quarter of what I'm missing. So what I had to do was I had to put people in the building, and then I did the special services because I wanted to be able to use that money and funnel it right back into my company. So now you were talking about building a strategy. Now you went from just hustling your business and now building a strategy in your company, and now you're starting to see different levels of how you want to actually make this thing take it to the next level. Because if you got government contracts, that means they're probably steady, right? You got some people going into a certain amount of time, right? And then you're doing these floor jobs and stuff like that where you can actually bid higher and make more for your time. Is that correct?
That's exactly what's going on. And another thing I wanted to bring up is with state level jobs, you got to think about. You remember we talked about this before, how our states are different. Tennessee versus Arkansas. My state population, all my jobs are spread out. So, like I said, I have 5 government jobs, but I'm only close to really one.
Oh, wow.
The other one is like 2.5 hours away. I have a lady that take care of that for me.
Oh, so
And
you
that's
got a lady. So you said you 25. You got a lady to take care of a building that's hours away.
yes, sir.
For real? Let's talk on in about that. How do you step up to that leadership role and have a lady that's hours away taking care of building? Are you not scared about it? Like they're gonna mess up? Like what is how do you find somebody to do that when people saying they can't get no workers? So how does that pull off of you?
My mindset is if you say you can't do something, it's going to happen. So I'm always believing I can do it. And so how I found her was through Facebook, and I just
Okay.
believe in giving people chances. I mean, you got to give someone a chance. If you don't give someone a chance, you won't, you won't know where to go. And you got to try. If you don't try, you're going to automatically fail just because you didn't try. So,
Oh, okay. All right.
but she's taking care
So
of you well though. So
all right. So you got her doing that, and she's hours away, and then you got 5 in certain areas. So one of the things I noticed about having cold callers is that when like they're calling like a Nashville or a big area, it's a little challenge to actually get walkthroughs. And so calling in your area, which you say and things are spread it out. How does that work for you locally calling versus somebody else calling for you? And how does that actually transpire as you grow in your company?
I'm starting to realize that I'm kind of thinking that it's still kind of the same thing because even though I'm on a smaller population level, you got to think about the population level versus the amount of cleaning companies and the amount of people that actually need the services.
Mm-hmm.
So in my particular city, I noticed that dentist offices and doctor offices, they don't outsource their cleaning. So that alone just eliminates a whole clientele. And I'm noticing like some of the bigger competition, like where I kind of got a good idea about going for government contracts, such as this company called OJ's. They're based out in Little Rock, but they clean over like 73% of the child supports statewide and
Mm.
85% of the revenues.
Okay. Wow.
So that kind of gave me the idea, was like, okay, you're going to have to go out in different cities. If they're doing it, I need to do it. I don't have to
Yeah.
be at that big of a scale, but maybe a little bit. And just off those numbers alone, think about if they got 30 buildings making 1,000 a month, it kind of adds up.
Yeah. No, that's big. That's big. So you'd rather scatter it on now. That's good. You're not fearful of that, man. So what are some key milestones that you have along your journey? Like some of the things that you remember from getting from where you were to where you are today. Because it sounds like you took a big turn in your business. A lot of people may be scared to step out. So what are some key milestones? Like man, let me see what you get first, because I got a couple that I want to talk about.
Key milestones. Really, I'd probably say just transferring from one city to another. I feel like that was really hard, especially like since I don't know anything about this city, like the city I am now, Jonesboro, Arkansas. I don't know anything about it. Like if I know where West Memphis, Arkansas, where I grew up at, I could think about like, okay, that's an industrial city, woo da woo da woo. Jonesboro, I don't know anything other than being a college town. I don't. So that kind of was a big shift for me, realizing net and then having to go from government contracts and trusting people. Because now I employ like 8 people.
Wow.
8. If I get this
Dude.
other job, 9.
All right. So okay, so I gotta go out. So we started coaching, right? And this was not when we got to the team people, the team, your mind wasn't even there. Like, I mean, you're like, wait, I got a team. Now you got 8 people for real. Like this is crazy, dude. Like you have really stepped up and really turned your company around, man. And I really want to commend you, tip my hat off to you, man. But dude, that's crazy. I didn't know you had 8 people working up under you already.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be 9 if I win this job. It starts in October 1st. Hopefully, the government will let me know if I win it tomorrow.
So okay, so let's get back into that. All right, so the key milestone is actually trusting someone outside of your location. All right, I'm gonna tell you this. So I'm working with that on something as well. So I did a real estate deal in Detroit, right? So having to trust somebody to do something outside of your location and having to not be able to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth is very tedious. It's hectic. So is there any type of software that you use or anything that you kind of do like anything that tips that you kind of take pictures, or what did you have them do? Because what I did was the guy was working on my roof. He said before I send him some money, he said to send me a video, pictures, and all type of stuff. I used to have him say everything. I used to have somebody ride by and look at it. So what did you have to do?
I implement Slack. I make sure they upload photos, and when the supplies is low, I have them alert me. Eventually, I plan to have my VAs, when they alert me that the supply is low, have my VAs go ahead and send it to a certain location, maybe at that building if so, and that'll save me a whole trip.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like you know what you're talking about, my guy. It's like you know what you're talking about. All right, so you said something about earlier that I slipped by. I was gonna let them slip by. You said uploading your Notion. Now I don't want to tap too much on what Notion is, but what is that? What is it about? Let me know. Let me know, because since you brought it out, let me go ahead and soft plug this. What is Notion and how does it help you? And what does it actually do for you? Like, let me know.
Notion, I can't. It's really hard for me to explain it, but man, it's a good tool. Uh, it helps me with your projects and your tasks, and I can upload what I want to do, and I can just constantly keep it going and rolling, and have my VA services behind it.
So how many projects, how many tasks you probably got working right now?
Maybe about 8. Yeah, I'm even working on some that's going to be like in the future. Just go ahead and start working on the small pieces so I won't forget the information.
So you futuristic with your planning now.
Yeah, you got to think at least 6 to 3 months ahead,
Yeah, yeah,
because anything
yeah,
can happen.
yeah. I seen one of them in there. He talking about purchasing a franchise, a purchase of the building, a purchase of the company next year. That's what I thought. That's what I seen.
Oh yeah, can't tell you. That's hidden right there.
Hey, no, man, but let's get back to this state level and federal level. So what would you know? I know you haven't done any federal contracts. So is there something different that you know of about? Have you studied federal, or do you plan on going to federal? And what's the difference that you know of? Because again, I'm new to this.
Yes, federal is very, very different. I'm actually currently, I put in probably maybe about 5 bids so far. But with federal, you got to be registered on sam.gov. That's for sure. But another thing I know is about the federal versus, particularly in my state, I don't know about other states, but in the state of Arkansas, you have to physically be there in order to bid on the job. On sam.gov with the federal jobs, I can be in Arkansas, but bid on the job all the way or Nashville. Huge plus. So now with that being said, think about if I got someone working on just federal contracts alone, I can have them put in about 5 jobs a month because they post 300 jobs a day.
Wow. On
So
the
there's
where they
constant
posting 300
workflow
jobs a day
on the
at? And some people can't. People talking about they ain't no work. Where's they posting 300 jobs a day? What are you talking about? Because you're going in and out. I
on
need to catch that part because again, I don't know this. I love when I don't know. See, one of the things I like not knowing stuff. Like I'm very knowledgeable in coaching, doing all this stuff, but I like not knowing. And this is why I like having people on because I get other people the time to shine. Let me see what you know and what you're doing. Because man, we can't get there by ourselves. We need a team. As you know, our next thing, a lot of time people focus on their cash flow, but it's things that happen before the cash flow that's way more important than to have your business going. And team is one of them. You can't get the real cash flow if you don't have a team. I mean, so I really, really like that you are putting your team together and you have a virtual team as well. One of the things that I definitely school and talk about a lot, having team going both ways. No longer do we just have to build our company with boots on the ground. I did that 2 times. I built it in my franchise and I was the worker. And then I got out of my franchise and I rebuilt it with the same mindset. But the only thing that changed me that time is I had started working on my marketing in my virtual assistant company. And that was 2020. So I started learning virtual assistant. I started putting my cold calling. And I'm going to tell you one thing, that if I did not have my end in mind, I would have not did my virtual assistant company. Because the thing is, I knew I wanted to do real estate. I knew I was going to do real estate, and real estate needed cold callers. So what I did was, when I found out that I could make a cold caller, I made a cold calling division. Because why would I just learn how to make a cold caller for my cleaning company and know I'm gonna do some I know I like real estate. I know I want to talk to some realtors. I know if I get my cold calling down pat, I'm gonna get the principles down and I'm gonna be able to transfer it over where we are now. And I'm teaching them how to drive for dollars virtually. I have a virtual training showing them how to drive for dollars, how to look for houses, and how to look for distressed houses. Now, I know we're not talking about that now, but what we are talking about is government contracts. So I get to rambling on and on about some things, man, but I just want to tap on that thing that you have a team, man. A team is something very vital. And if anybody needs a team of people that helps behind it, that's already trained and know exactly what's going on, I definitely have help virtual assistants for you. Again, I'm not trying to plug nothing, but I did. All right. So you find them at WADEGlobalassist.com. That's WADEGlobalassist.com. All right. You can get on there and find them there. Or you can, message me on one of the things that I'm on. All right. So what are the practical steps of getting started for going for government contracts? What would you say are some practical steps? And I do know you said something about SAMS.gov. So I want to touch on that a little bit. What are some other practical steps that you say somebody could take on? And man, I heard you said it was easy, but how easy is it?
Before I answer, I want to say, check the comments too. See if we got anybody in here. We in 23 minutes.
Oh, you right. So did, man. Look at you. See that one? So hey, that's what I need. Hey, that's what I need. We definitely do. Hey, there it is. Michael Wilson. Let's get it, William and Chris. Airbnb is definitely too unsteady.
Yes.
Hey, that's my guy Mike. Hey, man, I'm telling you, hey, he was on last month, and man, he was talking about hiring and stuff, man. And and that was great, man. So if you didn't check that out, check him when he was on live last month. All right. So to clarify, he just contracted these government offices and contacted these government offices, asked to clean them. No special certifications or anything.
Correct. I don't have any special certifications other than me just being legally in business. That's it. And just show them that I was had the correct paperwork. Now I will say this: I contacted the actual office that I wanted, a particular office in my city that was located to the state. But what you can probably do is contact your state procurement. So you can probably go on ChatGPT and type in, I don't know, Alabama child support state procurement, Alabama state procurement numbers. Contact them, figure out what I need to do on their procurement. Boom, you in there.
Hey man, hey, you sound like you're telling all my secrets out there. Nah, I'm messing with you. Dude, I'm telling you, knowing you and seeing your growth is definitely what somebody wants to see. Oh man, just don't know the half of it. LOL Wade be asking the tough questions, but his questions really get down to the nitty gritty and provide great details for listeners. Love the tough, deep questions. Man, it's mentality, not money with me. I always say it's mentality, not money. And one of the things I say is mentality, not money from, and people don't know, a lot of the things that I say come from some situations I was in. right? So I had somebody, and I'm not gonna get too personal, that was in it, and they thought I was all about money. They said you about money, 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 just because I want to be able to take care of my family, right, and be able to provide for my children. So they said you're about money, money, money. So I like to tell people this mentality, not money. You can see somebody making $1 million, but you need to know what did they go through mentally to get to that thing, man. You can look at the news and seeing people making money. What are they going to actually getting this money? Are you actually making it honest or what? So it's mentality, not money. I say it all the time. So I definitely like to bring the tough questions out. All right, so let me see what this is. All right, so Wade, thanks for trusting me thousands of miles away to handle the post-construction cleaning about a year ago. All right, like you said, I ain't give you no problem at all. Hey, I said it in how you talk too, man. I'm telling you, I did a post-construction job with him, and we did a job in it was Walmart's. He actually had two Walmarts for me, right? I think it was no, it was one. He was had one Walmart for me, had two full-time jobs. We ran it for about a month and a half or two. And man, I didn't have a problem with him, man. And I met him in CBN. So definitely shout out again to CBN, man. If I had one of them things to go beep, beep, I blow the horn on them. That's definitely a money-making opportunity if you're in the cleaning business, man. I'm telling you. All right. So the next
We
one
did a
is,
job together too.
huh?
We did a job like that together too in Germantown, Tennessee.
Oh yeah, we sure did. See, I forgot. I sent you a couple of jobs down there. I think it was one or two. Yep, I think it was two.
You
Yep,
see
I
me?
think so.
That was when I did. Yep, I
It was
remember
one
that.
of them, the one at UPS.
Yep,
Yeah,
you
it's been a
about
couple
that
of
one.
more jobs. It's been more than two jobs I sent your way, man. I'm glad you brought. Hey, another burp burp. Hey, all right, so LOL. Christian said, check the comments. Yeah, you're right. He showed did. He got me in on it. Hey, I'm in here just going with him because I'm sitting here just listening. And like, I'm gonna be real, man. Just listening to the growth of somebody, man, and knowing that you could have a small part of somebody's life changing and being able to impact something that they're doing amazing. That's a grateful feeling. That's when God really humbles you, just to be honest. And when you actually see, I mean, again, I don't, hey, I'm gonna just be honest, man. God is amazing. All right, so ASAP Hall, how do you come up with the bid you're going to how do you come up with the bid you were going to put on in formulas?
Mm, mm. Well, depends. A lot of times you can find out what the current bid is, and you can compare what you want to compare and contrast, and what you want to do, and base it off that. But lately, what I've been doing, I just been asking ChatGPT, and then just feeling like what I feel like my profits would be, what I want to pay somebody, and just go from there. Or if I'm going to have a job where I will sub it out, I will ask the subcontractor how much would they like for this job, and then I'll add in my percentage, and then we'll be good after that.
I mean, gotta keep it real, man. Hey, AI is taking off. Hey, AI is a bad thing, man. I'm gonna tell you what. I come home, I go out and do my walkthrough. I send my proposal straight to my GPT, and it comes out to give me everything I need. I don't even need to do calculator no more. I don't use no reading calculator, none of that. All I did is I program a certain way. I'm gonna get to showing people the stuff in a little while. If you following me, follow Wade Global on Instagram, Wade Global on Facebook, and you'll get more of that technical stuff about how to set your AIs up and getting to your VAs and AIs and all that type of stuff. I just want to make sure I do plug Wade Global page in, so that definitely can give y'all some other insights into technology and stuff that you can actually be using inside the cleaning company. I'm revolutionize the way we do cleaning. All right. So let's go here. Christian, what benefits do you think that you are to government contract versus regular contract? What benefits do you think there are? I'm sorry.
That's a great question. The benefits I would say about that is the longevity. Like, a lot of the government contracts will last 4 years, and then if you want to keep the current price, or I've noticed on the sam.gov on the federal level, you actually, when you submit the bid, you submit it with a price increase. On the state level, you don't do that; it just stays 1,500, 1,100. So I would say that, and it being stable income, knowing that you'll get paid on time, unlike dealing with apartments, you got to chase them down. I never had to chase the government down for not one check. So
Man, hey, Man, it's chasing some checks down. All right. Hey, that's a whole nother YouTube live by chasing the checks down. All right.
Man.
So man, I'm glad you told me to check the comments because when I'm doing my lives and stuff, when I check the comments, it throws me off because I be want to know who's over there and I don't want to know if somebody drop off, did I say something wrong? So I tend to not look at the numbers or the comments. So I appreciate you letting me know about them comments. Man, if we have any more questions, my guy, state contract certified. They got 5 in 1 year off of cold calling, right? Man, and hey, I didn't even know you could do it like that. So, man, it's amazing that you could share some of your knowledge with us, man. So, what else you got over there that you want to share? I got something that I actually do. I don't know how long we've been on, but I got something that I actually do when I come on just to keep the thing fun. Got a couple of pictures on here that I think I brought up. All right, and see if we could talk a little bit about what these mean. All right, so I have my team to scour the internet, and we could find out that one of the things I want to do, we need to get you posted more because we don't have too much posting online, so we got to get you out there online more. That's one of the things, and so we got to get you into getting you some hours so we can get you doing that. But the next thing is, I seen that you posted something like this. Now, what is this?
It's me. It's me sweeping away the competition with Sam.gov.
Wait, let me say, what you doing? What now? You doing what? Let me
Sweeping away
see.
the competition through Sam.gov.
Ooh, you sweeping away the competition with sand.gov. All right. We're gonna say it, and that's like a vision board. Okay, so that's funny. Sweeping away the competition with sand.gov. All right. So do we have any more questions coming on before I go to this next part of it? Let me give you one more thing. Let's see. What's this?
That's pretty much the same thing. But I was just excited about because I didn't. That's when I first got into Sam.gov. I didn't even
Mm-hmm.
know that you can bid on religious contracts.
You can
So
bid
like
on
for
what?
religious contracts.
Religious contracts?
Yes, yes, yes.
What's
It's
that?
so
What is a religious contract? Like you talking about for churches or something? Or what?
not churches in particular, but let's say if like prisons or jailhouses, when those inmates and stuff, they still need service, for to worship, other religions, etc. But the government actually pays those ministers to go out there to do that service. And the government even pay for porta potties, shirts, hats, any product, anything you can think of, the government will buy. They even have construction bids.
So you can kind of bid on them things and you can go ahead and service the government. Basically, you service
Yes.
the government. And so that's what happened when I got on the sam.gov. It asked me what I wanted to service it. And so inside of my Notion, I got all my knots code and my janitorial code. I got them all inside of my internal dashboard. And so I got it in there. And so when I need it, I could go ahead and put them on the paperwork. So I'm getting in gear to go ahead and go for these government contracts. I just ain't pulled the trigger. I'm lining my ducks up in the row. All right. So what are some practical steps? Did we talk about some practical steps about getting started? I said you did. I know you said you don't need any certification. So what are some steps? What would you suggest somebody to do if they want to get started? Like,
Uh, Contact a particular agency. Figure out. So I would go on ChatGPT and type in what are 10 government branches in my state, and then get their number and call them and figure out who you need to speak with to get in onto their procurement list.
right, it's that simple. You know, chat GPT, say, what are my 10 areas in this company? Call them, say, hey, do I need to get on and get on the procurement list? And that's simple. And they get on the list and then follow up. Is that it?
Yeah, that's how it's been on the state of Arkansas. I never, like I said, I haven't tried it in Louisiana or New
No, you
York.
good. You only know what you know, so you can give your information. So
Yeah.
if somebody could just start with what they don't know and what you do know, they can figure the rest out. You know what I mean? If they in New York or wherever else, that's fine. If you could do whatever you could do, they could. I mean, they could do it. Start where you start and leave in the comments. It might be different, so that way everybody else can grow. Right? One person plant a seed, another plant water, and God get the increase. That's what it say. All right. So you said no certificate, no certification, and no preferences. Did you have a preferences that you chose for your small business? Like, is it like you saying, hey, I just want to do janitorial, or I want to do post construction, I want to do maintenance, I wanted to do like, is it like that or what?
Talking about through the government or
Yeah, through the government.
you know how I contacted them, it was pretty weird. But yeah, that's what you would tell them. I would think you would probably have to tell them what service you would want.
Yeah, so like I'm saying, when you got the next one and the next, did one all of them come from one, or like, you know what I mean? Did you have to go out there and kind of bid on another one? So you kind of get the email coming in, you see the bid, and you're like, okay. Because I mean, I've never done it, so I'm like, when I do,
Oh,
how do I know? How do I know what I'm? How do I know? Do I just put a bid on it, or like what I'm gonna say? Like, how do I know what was coming in?
Okay, so you basically asking like, how do I get to know about the potential other jobs?
Yeah, how do you get? Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so in my state, particular, what they do is they actually put you on an email list and they send out the emails. But they also have this website called AR Buy, where they're supposed to post state level jobs, and all other states are supposed to have a similar website. But I don't never see them on AR Buy. I only see them come through my email.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, we're gonna go back over to the comments, and then we got a couple more comments. Let's say, do they have any restrictions, personal credit, or based on business credit?
For what, government contracts?
I guess so. For state contracts, yes. Yeah. So when you say government, federal and government, federal is federal not government or state government? Like you saying government contracts, and I'm like state and federal are two different government contracts, or is that not correct? Right?
Yeah, federal and state are totally different things. They're two different processes. So I would say to answer his question, no to either on both state or federal, because they never asked to run my credit.
All right. All right. So let me see. The next one
Okay.
is there any requirement for years in business?
Nope. Only if you want to get any loans.
Okay. No. All right. Dang, I've been sleeping on government contracts. So to recap, contact these businesses and offer my services. Ask them procurement officers. Yep. Ask for the procurement officers. How do I get on the procurement list and register on SAM?
Yep. Register on SAM for the federal level, but call for the state level jobs.
All right. All right. Okay. All right. All right. So I'm trying to get all the juice. Okay. Hey, the juice is gonna be definitely worth the squeeze. Man, but no. So okay. So financial preparation and cash flow management. Now, let me first off say my cash flow management in my company kind of messed up from me moving over from regular commercial to when I moved over to post construction. All right. So you keep in mind, I come from a franchise and I was getting paid net 30. And then I got post construction. I'm doing bigger jobs, $40,000, $50,000. I got people that need to get paid at the end of the job. I got my net 30s that ain't coming in, and I'm trying to keep them fed so they can keep coming to work. And so my cash flow management kind of sucked for the first 4 or 5 years of my business. Now, luckily, I figured that thing out and I turned this thing around recently, but it's just not out of the weeds yet. But I have had to talk about cash flow management due to how I learned my company, right? And so I think that's something that a lot of business owners don't talk about, but you will get that from me because, see, the thing is that we need to have to come and talk about finances. We need to go ahead and tell about people not knowing how to segregate their money and not commingling. We need to talk about how that your business money is not your money. We need to talk about that. Hey, you need to start setting up some of these contracts to where you pay them when you get paid, because you'll run yourself cash short. And I did that stuff for years, and I was wondering where all my money was going. Now, I'm not saying this is what happened to you. It's just sparked something into me that I had to tell my own story, because I got to tell somebody else about this cash flow management, because that's what I'm gonna talk about a lot of times is the finances. Because I say it's mentality, not money, but all people know that they want to get some money, right? So what about the financial preparation and cash flow management? What did you have to do with there? And what would you suggest?
And that is something that is a good topic that you need to discuss. I would always say don't I keep it old and simple. Don't bite more than what you can chew. If you know you can't take that job on and pay the employee, don't take it. Like you said, you started telling people that you would pay them towards the end of the month. or when the job's over with, I do that on all my special jobs. Like I just had some deep cleanings. Well, I told them when I sent the invoices in today, I'm waiting on to get paid. We gonna get paid. Now I would say about to help your
When you get
finances
paid,
out. I would
everybody get
say
paid. I heard you.
you
You breaking up a little bit. Hold up, you're breaking up a little bit. But what you said was, I think you said something real big. When I get paid, everybody get paid. Is that what you said? Because I want to hear that. Because see, a lot of times as business owners, we don't know that. And I'm gonna tell you what happened. What happened in my situation is I was needing to put people in the building. And the people I need to put in the building, there was the people around me, and I know they need money now, right? Because I need somebody now. So everybody's in a hurried situation. So to get you to come to work, I'm saying, hey, I'm gonna pay you at the end of the job, and I'm gonna get you in there. And so that's what I was putting myself into because I was in a hurried situation. I didn't do as my guy Michael said. I didn't have no influx of contractors coming in. I was just running it by the seat of my pants. So with that being said, do you find yourself in that situation about the cash flow management and the financial preparations? Because how does that work?
I did at the beginning, but mainly when I was doing Airbnbs, I did that, try to pay people as soon as the job was over with. But like I said, having to wait on people to pay me while paying people early and ahead of time before I got paid was biting too much for I to chew. So I definitely stopped that. So what I do now is when all my money, as soon as I get it, I go ahead and deposit it into another account where I pay my employees to separate it, and because you know what you're gonna pay your people every month. So
Yeah.
unless you have a special job or here and there, but just keep an extra $500,000 and you should be good. Depending on like you're saying, the strength of your company, you might have to have 10,000. Somebody might have 30, but you know,
Yeah. I like
but you
them
get it.
numbers. Yeah, I definitely know. Keep your extra 1,000 on the side. I like that people that talk. Keep your extra 1,000, 20,000 on the side. Keep you buy extra 30,000, in case you need it. I like it. I like it. Now we got to get that. I like that. I like that mindset, man. That's why I say it's mentality, not money. You cannot have what you don't think that you can have already. All right. So let's see. All right. So the financial element didn't hold too much. Now, how do you write? Like I said, I cannot figure out you touched on that, but how do you write a written proposal? What is your tips on that? So I kind of think I know what you said, but let's touch that back on it again.
So what I do pretty much, I mean, on my state, we don't even have to write anything. I just scan the documents in and send it to them. That's what we do on
Wow.
my stage. Yeah, I don't even have to write anything. But on the federal level, I noticed that you have to write them. But on the section, it clearly has a section that says what is required to be it. I just read that, take that information, put it to the side, and then I write it down and put everything through ChatGPT.
I already knew it was coming. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, I already knew it was coming. Hey, I knew it was coming. So let's go back to they don't have an office manager, but a procurement officer.
Okay, so let me help him, Mr. Michael, out. So each building will have an office manager. So, like for example, the child support office in Arkansas, child support office in Jonesboro, and the child support office in Hot Springs. They're two different offices, but they were the same company. You get what I'm saying? So they have two different office managers. The procurement officer is the one that's over all of the purchasing of what the city would, what that state particular department would need. So that's where you need to contact by getting the jobs. But the office manager can usually lead you to getting the procurement officer's information because
So
they
the
got contact.
all right, so the procurement office is over the office. Okay. All right. So Michael want to know how possible would it be for government contracts to be on net zero, meaning pay in advance before the job starts? Then that will help me stay positive on cash flow always from the jump.
I never tried it, but I don't think they're gonna do that. I mean, you got to think about it. They've been doing business for this year's net 30s for 80 years before me and you was even thought of. So I doubt that might change.
And that's the government too. Government money for sure, though. I think so.
Yeah,
I think a lot of times people say government money for sure. So
yes,
that would
like I said, I never made a payment.
That would be nice for somebody to say that. Maybe somebody will watch it and let me know. Let us know if they can if you can put that in and get you a net zero. All right. Now let's see another one we got. Because if government jobs do net 60 and 90, then I'm kind of like, dang, I might not be interested.
Now, I would say this, maybe on a federal level they may do that, but on the state level they're all net 30. And I would even say this: I did some city jobs that it wasn't even. It was like probably a net 15. They paid me super quick. I just tell them to let me know when the check's ready, because the mayor actually asked me for another service because he was pleased with the carpet cleaning. So I said, let me know when the check's ready and I'll come pick it up. So I'll give you guys some more quotes. And actually, shout out to Mr. Aaron Jordan from CBN. I took his method. He told me, when you if you notice the cleaning's not up to par, always offer your janitorial services if you're able to provide that in that particular area. And that's what I did. I offered it to them. They said, yeah, you can send in a poke for that. So I'm hopefully I can be doing their janitorial services as well, because they were for a government building, even though it was on the city level, it was not up to par. Their bathrooms.
Wow. All right. We got another question from Michael. Another question. Competition probably is low for these government jobs because it's kind of a hidden secret. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm in a small area. So would I not what I think not a lot of companies know about it?
Oh, yes, he is kind of. I would definitely say that, because I'm in the. I don't know, I was particularly sure what state he is. If he's still here, tell us what state you are.
What state you in? What state you in, Michael? If you still chime in, what state you in?
But I'm
Or
in
anybody
Arkansas.
else out there, let me see what state y'all in. What state y'all in? Chime in and see what state y'all in. What we listening from? So we could kind of see what we could do with these government contracts, these state contracts. So I'm gonna tell you something. I definitely want to get into something like this because, man, I heard they are longer. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. I went to do a bid, and I did a bid for a state contract, and there was a park, and they was going for the lowest bid. And so my thing was I had to change my mind. I mean, I'm gonna have to change my mind because I don't want to bid on the lowest bid. So I like, man, I don't even want to do it. So I didn't even put it in there. Plus, it was a big job. It was an outside ground job. So I really didn't want to deal with the headache at that time in my company. But it was a 365-day job, and it was a big grounds job. And so I went down there and sat down there, and they gave us the paperwork. There's about 6 of us that showed up, and so we could go home and take the paperwork back and just send in the bid. But when they said we usually go for the lowest bid, I was like, hey, I don't know if I'm gonna be the lowest, so I didn't even put mine in. But what is that? How is that? Is it? I guess it's profitable because I mean you're doing them. So is that a good profit or small margins? Or you said you make it more? Is that like lump sum more, profitable more, or do you have to have people that you paying hourly, or can you pay by the building? Like I pay now. So I know I asked a bunch of questions in that, but those that just came to mind.
You did, but I can pretty much kind of combine it all together and probably get you a good answer. So, yes, it is profitable, and I would say no, it isn't. It depends on what you want to pay your people. And a good plus about state contracts is the fact that you would charge an additional for taxes. So if I bid it for 700, I will charge them plus 15 for the taxes, so I can already have a separate for taxes, so I don't have to worry about that. So that's a plus. So for example, if I got a building that's 700 a month, I might be like, okay, I know typically I want to be around 50% profit. How long would it take to clean? How many people? Who gonna do woo? And then think about the products. A lot of the government buildings, only thing we have to supply is trash bags and just cleaning supplies. We don't have to worry about the paper products, the tissue. Now on a DHS level, I figured out that you do have to provide that. So once you do have to provide that, you're able to charge more. So you get a little bit more profits on that end. But on mine, we don't have to do that right now on the with this agency.
That's good. I was doing a building that I was charging. I was and I think it's like 0.01% on the gross for the month that they were charged for the supplies. It's a very low number, like to get the paper supplies and stuff, depending on what you're getting. It wasn't high, but I used to put the bid on to a couple of the buildings I was servicing. Let me see, we got another question. So my guy Michael said he's from Mississippi, the broken state of them all. Okay.
No, actually in the state.
Mississippi, the broken state of them all. Plus, I got a lot of mom and pop cleaning companies here that couldn't handle it, understand it. No disrespect to them. So I see an advantage. Oh, so they couldn't handle basically you're saying they couldn't handle the government state contracts because those could be bigger contracts. So you feel like that's a market that you could tap into in your area. Is that correct that I'm getting that? Because I look into the strategy that you're saying, because I seen it. Oh, wait a minute. So you done jumped into strategy too.
I think that's what he's getting at. And if that is, then that's really a good method, because I mean, that's kind of, I don't want to say this, well, it is kind of like a benefit for me, because you got to think about it. I'm at a younger age, and a lot of my employees, they're maybe like 45, 50-ish. So they have more experience with cleaning. But they don't know how to find these jobs. But if they can clean good because they have these experience, it won't be no problem. So I have more experienced cleaners, but I just have knowledge on how to access these jobs.
Wow. So man, so we got my guy saying correct. Okay, good. So I know I see strategy when we're going down the strategy. I'm one of the long-term planners. I truly believe that you start with the end in mind. And I got that mindset from when I was starting my company, because I started my company with nothing. I didn't have nothing but a vision, right? Because I was in a situation that I didn't even know when I was going to get to be free. And so I didn't even I wasn't even making the minimum wage. I was making like 17 cents an hour, $20 a month. And they was actually taking half of it. So I had $10 to buy me a pack of cookies and strawberry cookies and a honey bun. And I sent $2 off, that I was sending my tithe to $2 off. And then I had $8 to buy me some hygiene and the cookies and stuff. And then I 2-for-1 myself up here. And then I mean, so when he say strategy, yeah, it's strategy, man. What are you gonna do? How you gonna make it happen? Now, when you in a market, I tell you something else. So I get into my little store a little bit. So I'm in where I'm at. Well, I'm in confinement. And we got stores, right? So I go into another situation. And when I get to another guild, another part, they got some other guys over there taking over. So I'm a store guy, so I'm running the store. But I know somebody, and now he a big dude, right? So the people that got the money in this other location, they both got stores, and they both affiliated, right? Now, these two people, they big. Like, I'm talking about big. So what I did was I came in and said, you know what? Since y'all trying to lose weight, I just want to, let me just get a store and let me run my store and let me just handle the sweets. Let me just do the sweets, because everybody, let me get the sweets. But what happened was he ended up losing his store, because most people, when they doing what they do, they want to eat something sweet. They want to get that stuff. So they would end up bypassing them because I got the sweets and then I took off. But I say that story because what he's saying is strategy. So when you go in and you see in a situation, and it's just to show you that no matter where you are, you can put strategy inside of anything. All right. So you can find definitely about the strategy, but I just want to make sure that we know strategy is something that's always around. Let me see what you got right here. All right. I'm always trying to find untapped market and no one is paying attention to, doesn't want to do. Like crime scene cleaner. Oh my gosh. Okay, we got to talk about that one, because see, now you done tapped into something that I can't let you go. You got to put another type right now. I need to bring you on. Yeah, because he talking about he said like crime scene units. So I'm looking to figure out crime scene units. I looked into that. Now, crime scene units, you killing after people, you got to clean up after they died and all of that stuff. You know what I mean? Get shot. Now, I need to know, is that something you looking into? Because I do know it's profitable, but man, I don't know if I can staff that. All right, so you looking into it?
Yeah, you remember what I told you about at the beginning about my notion?
Wait a minute, hold up, wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. All right, let's talk about this. All right, now let me see. So you looking into cleaning crime scene units?
Yes, sir.
Let's know why. What's going on?
The profits in my state. Like I said, with the government.
Well, I need to know this, because see, what y'all might you froze up, but so what I need to know is because see, I'm learning that in areas that things are more spread out, you might have to do these specialty cleanings, actually making money. So now I'm learning too, because I see a lot of people that saying, hey, I'm not being able to get no calls in my area. I can't get no business in my area. Now I'm thinking that, wait a minute, are you niching down to seeing certain things that's happening in your area? So I think maybe he froze up. Let me remove him. Hopefully get to come back. Log back in if you tapped in, so we can get you back on here, because you look like you definitely would bring some heat on here. So all right, so that's what I want to do. So I'm gonna go to some comments right now while we see if we can get him back in here. All right, so what they say? I didn't finish reading that. I'm always trying to find untapped market that no one is paying attention to, doesn't want to do, like crime scene cleaning. That is an untapped market, but obviously my company don't want to clean that. Oh, okay, so I didn't finish it. You right. You don't want to clean that. You don't want to clean that. Okay. Well, he does. So I want to bring him back. Hopefully he could get back on here. Yep, that's why I said I don't want to do that. Okay, I got you. I didn't read all of it. I'm like, wait a minute. All right, so let's go. All right, death is always big business. I appreciate y'all tapping in on this. Death is always. Let me text him and see if we can get him back in here. I texted wrong. Let me see. Let me see how you jumping back on. Make sure his phone didn't die. Let me see. All right, but no. So government contracts is definitely something I think about getting into. And deaf is a big business. You're right. Deaf is definitely a big business. I don't know if I want to clean up after that though. I had somebody that actually wanted me to come out and clean a funeral parlor. And so it was like 45 minutes out, and they wanted me to clean it at night. And so they had a big graveyard, right? So they had this part, they want me to clean the funeral parlor side, and then we got to go up to the drive back and to the other area that they have some other stuff on. And they want me to come out there, and they wanted me to clean that at 11 to 2 in the morning and 3 in the morning. And for me, I just bidded it real high. I bidded it real high. I didn't never hear nothing from him. I didn't pursue it because I was thinking, man, who am I going to get to put in there? Because I'm not going to do it. And if I'm not going to do it, and it's not that I didn't want to do it, it's just that I'm not going to do it. I just don't find myself being very profitable when I'm in the building. I think that the whole team, from where I am right now, the whole team benefits more when I'm able to work on the company. Now, a lot of times we would get into that situation where we would start to see that the benefits of the company is better when you can, you work it on it and not in it. But his phone might have went dead. His phone might have went dead. It ain't going back. So, so deaf is a big business. All right, so we got my guy here saying another untapped market is old abandoned houses that real estate offices want to sell. That's something that none wants to do. I don't want it either. We used to do it and it was rough. Wait a minute. So basically, all right, so I got to talk about it. I got to plug Detroit now. Because now you said old abandoned houses. Now, I remember I have another station that I was starting to do my flip in Detroit. And I went into that house, man, and I was scared. I was scared to go in that house. But now that I see it, it's some people up there making good money, man, cleaning out them houses. It's plenty of people cleaning out them houses, them abandoned houses, taking out their wood and stuff out, and they making plenty of money. Like Detroit is a lot of money up there to be made. Now, if you can stand, living there, but there's a lot of money doing just exactly what you're talking about because they rebuild it. They bringing things back into the community. They looking to push people out again, regentrify certain areas. So and stuff is cheap, right? So you can go in there and do things like this and actually make a living. I actually know the guy that's on Facebook that moved from California all the way to there to actually start and rebuild his own house. He was homeless. Now he bought him a house. Now he posted on Facebook. He done built his house and everything. And he making money just in there, man. So definitely, that is a big business right there. That's definitely a big business. Another untapped market. Oh, you said the same thing. Okay. All right. So no, what you say, it is, I don't want to clean that either. We used to do it and it was rough and filthy. Yeah, it is. It was rough and filthy. It is. Let me see what we got going on. It said, right. Definitely a market for it. You are right. I prefer the easier office cleaning though. Hey man, if you can make money, you can make money. Money is money, right? I mean, it just depends on what you want to do. Now, I would tell you this. Now, just like I just like in any area, you have certain things that you think people are making money in, and they're probably really not. I find out just what my guy Christian talked about in the beginning, that usually the money is made in the special services, right? Just like they talking about government contracts and other things like that. Regular janitorial does make money, but the money and the margin are kind of low for me, just in what I'm doing. Now, as you start to build systems together and you start to put software in, you start to put teams together, you start to have inspections, then you'll start to charge more because the quality of service is there, and you have to be able to make a margin when you got to pay people. So then you start to implement, hey, I'm going on a 40% margin, I want this on a 60% margin. And so then you start to bid your stuff to where you could put people in it and you won't take nothing less than 40%. Now that's what I do now, but that's not where I started from. All right, I started from a whole different scenario. I started from man, just taking whatever I could take and going to get whatever I can get. And some other people are following me probably in that situation. I want to show you and give you some encouragement. If you're in that situation and you don't know where you're going inside of your company, or you want to tap into other things, do it. Do it. As he was telling you, we have Chat GPT to actually tell you a lot of different things. The way that AI is now, I'm going to tell the truth. I'm real big on using AI, VAs, and actually just using certain technology to scale your cleaning company. As you can hear him talk about Notion, he has project management tools. He has VAs that's going down. He has a whole system behind him that actually helping him grow faster, further, and quicker than he thought he could do in any way possible. But we got him coming back, so I don't want to seem like I'm talking behind his back, but I'm definitely want to let you know that if you are in the cleaning business or in any business, and you want to sit here and say, hey, man, it's not working in this area, niche down, find you something you want to do. Find something that somebody else is not going to do, right? I know you don't want to do it, right? You don't want to make no money then, right? If you want to, if you saying this, if I'm saying, hey, I want to clean the company, I see you, Christian, I'm gonna bring you back in. If you saying I want a cleaning company, I want to make this. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to. This is my passion. This is what I want to do, right? And then you saying, man, I can't get no business in my area. That doesn't make sense, because God is not going to put you in a situation that he wants to see you fail. If you believe that you're ahead and not the tail, and you're above and not below, then you know that you're in a situation that you're going to grow. And any situation that you're in, you use exactly what you have around you today to make it there. And I'm going to tell you from experience, not from something I'm just conjuring up out of my mind. All right, let me bring you back on stage. Here you go. Here you go. How you doing? How you doing? So we back.
Yeah, I'm back. I was connected to the Wi-Fi. Phone died, so I ran to the house real quick. Perks is staying down the street from the house.
Okay, okay. Well, cool. Well, we did have some people. I'm gonna catch you up on it. They said death is always a big business. So I know we was talking about you
The
doing
crime
this.
scene cleaning.
Yeah. So they said death is a big business, man. So what do you feel about it? You don't feel like that is it's going to be a challenge to staff? Which, I mean, if you want to do it, you can definitely do it. So I'm just asking questions that some other body else might be thinking.
Well, here's the thing. My idea of it is because, like, as of currently now, I really only clean one building, which takes about an hour and a half to clean a
So
day.
wait a minute. So your company has multiple bills and you only cleaning one.
Correct.
Okay.
So, with that being
Just
said,
just want to hear you say it again. That's it.
easy want to clarify. But yeah, I got that going on. So it's like I can, get someone in that position, and then I'll be able to do all the special force cleaning. That's what I call it, special force cleaning. And I could probably do it with just me and one other person, and that should be good. I mean, especially with what you're able to charge, you can be able to pay somebody about $60 an hour. I don't think you're gonna get too many no's.
Yeah, that's what I do. You talking about for like the specialty cleaning?
Oh, for crime scene cleaning, pay someone 60.
Oh, it's crime scene cleaning. You talking about you charging 60 or paying 60 hours?
Paying.
Oh, well, you know what? Hey, go and hit me up, family. You got my number. Hey, I'm on my. Hey, your next crime scene, call me. I'm there. Nah, I'm messing with you. Now I ain't nowhere around. No, sir. But let's get man. No, but I help out though. I definitely help out if you need me, man. I help anybody out just one time. I attempt to do some things like that, man. But let's see, another untapped market, and he was talking about abandoned buildings and real estate houses. And then I went to talk about cleaning out old houses, right? So he said that they're old and filthy. He done that. So this one right here, right? It's definitely a market for it. You're right. I prefer easy office cleaning. So yeah, his last message was he prefer office cleaning. And yeah, man. So I don't want to keep you too long, but we did talk about writing a proposal, and I do want to talk about so before we get out of here, man, how do people reach you, and what are some other things that you want to do? So I want to talk about how do people reach you before I actually close. So I want to know because I'm not closing yet. We still gonna chop it up a little bit more, but let's talk about how people reach you or what you have going on.
On TikTok at Aquaman Cleaning
Okay.
223, and they can email me Aquaman Cleaning 223 at gmail.com. Facebook as well, Aquaman Cleaning. Yes, no 223 at that. Instagram Aquaman Cleaning 223. And you can reach me.
All right, yeah, they can reach. So let's open up. So you said TikTok is where you want to start focusing. I've been people been telling me I need a TikTok. I need a TikTok. I got my sister telling me I need a TikTok. They said like content is really TikTok. I need to go here to TikTok. So you saying TikTok? So excuse me. So is that something that you want to focus on your TikTok growth and is that your social media growth or is you focusing more on cleaning right now? How's that going for you in life?
I do want to focus on social media, but TikTok is would be the primarily force. Like it'd be TikTok, then Facebook, Instagram. Just because I know I in my back of my mind, I don't feel like I will gain a lot of clients just off social media posts. But I know that with the TikTok algorithm and the way that TikTok works, I can develop fans and I can develop business partners. And like I said, the amount that you can get off the stream. So like I believe it said every 1,000 views is like equal 10 cents or $1, something like that. Every 1,000, I think every 1,000 views is $1.
Mm,
So you got 10,000 views, you done made $10.
mm.
And it's you can post as many videos as you want. So
So
that
how you getting your content? How you getting your content created? What are you doing with your content?
so I'm in the back of my mind, I'm working on how I want to do it. I haven't put it together yet, but what I've been doing, I'll tell you this. I've been doing, I just my mom bought me a tripod. I use my tripod, record with the tripod, and TikTok, they actually have this thing to where they do an auto cut. So I do that, but I want to make the videos be a little bit more appealing. So I'm about to use VA services the W.A.D.E Globe. I'm gonna have them, edit videos, and I probably talk over it.
Wait. You gonna do what now? Hold up, don't slide that by the back. What you say? You gonna do what?
I'm gonna have the W.A.D.E Global VAs. I'm gonna have them edit my videos, and I'll do my voiceover on top of it.
Oh, okay. W.A.D.E Global. So okay, so now, I want to know. All right, so you brought W.A.D.E Global in. All right, so how does virtual assistant change your life? Like what? All right, before you got involved with W.A.D.E Global, before you got involved with my coaching, before you got involved with all of that, where was it? Where was you then, and where were you now, and how has it changed your life? Now, I just want truthfully, and I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about what happened in your life.
Man, it really helped open up a lot of free time. Like as you know, I watch my son in the mornings, so I can't do my cold calling in the morning like I would like to. But thanks to the VA service, I'm allowed to do that. I'm not the best at graphics. My VAs can do that. I don't have to think outside the box. I could just let them do that. I'm working on a logo. I need to go back and review it and confirm which logo I want to go with. But it's already made thanks to the VAs. I didn't have to stress about that or
What about
out.
your forms? Do you got forms and stuff going out, like forms or like capability statements or things like that behind the scenes and stuff like that
Yep,
you get like?
forms. We work on email campaigns. Yep, they actually did my inspection form. They did that capability statement form. They did that.
Wow. So you got a team and you got a team here and a team there, huh?
Oh yeah, it helps out a lot because, like I said, if not, I would have had to do all of that, and I didn't feel like having to put that energy into doing that, and as well as trying to create other avenues and think what needs to be grown in the business, as well as have to pay somebody. It helps free up some stuff.
All right. So one of the things I want to challenge you, I don't like to use time and free. One of the things I say is this, man. Where do you see free money?
What
Have
you
you seen?
mean?
Yeah, it didn't sound right? When you said free money, you're like, well, what you mean? What's free money at? It's no free money. Time is worth more than money. So why do we label time free and we don't label money free? Right? So my thing is this: where do you want to invest your time? I don't. When people say you got free time, I always say no. I mean, I usually say no. I don't have free time. I use my time wisely. If you call it free, you're wasted. That's just my thoughts. It's not concrete, but I'm just saying if we don't say free money, why we say free time? Again, if I could change one mind, I can, but that's just my thoughts. Oh, we got a question here. What's your TikTok again?
Aquaman cleaning 223.
Aquaman cleaning 223 TikTok. He wants some followers on TikTok.
Or
Aquaman
maybe
cleaning.
Aquaman cleaning. Let me double check because he might be trying to look at it. Let me double check real quick. Hold on.
Trying to follow you, my guy. They're trying to give you some
I
followers.
see.
Yeah, you
It's Aquaman cleaning 223. My fault. Aquaman cleaning 223.
Aquaman cleaning 223. All right. So before we get up out of here, let's go some more little questions. I got a couple of more pictures I want to bring up here. So what's this right here? Because you said something about the VAs and being able to what's this right here? Let me see. What's that got?
It's me and Dallas and Morgan. That's his birthday party. He had a birthday. He just
How
turned.
is Dallas? What about Dallas? How is Dallas and what's going on? Who is Dallas? What about him?
That's my first year. My first son, 1-year-old son.
Well, how does it feel being a father, man? My thing is freedom, family, finances, and fatherhood. So I'm real big on fatherhood. I built my companies for my kids. The reason that I have a virtual assistant companies for my second son, I got my cleaning company for my first son, and I'm really with real estate for my third son. So people just saying, man, you all over the world. I really construct my companies so my children could have LLCs. And so now I'm stepping into building up the business credit in each one of the LLCs. I've already laid down the foundation of getting them going, putting systems in place. Then I invested in the real estate. Now I got 3 LLCs that I need to bring up so I can get business credit for. And now I want to also have my children running it. My oldest son running the cleaning company. My middle son is starting to love the VAs. He got that tech side of it. And my younger son, he's just very destructive. So I'm gonna put him in the demolition. He like going to Detroit, tearing up the house. So he said, Dad, well, we going back up to Detroit, right? So I say that because I'm real big on fatherhood. I mean, family and being a father. How has that changed you and put you and made you more inspirational or gave you more vigor to where you're going?
It pretty much made me feel like I know that I got a little man looking up to me, so I know I needed to watch my steps more if that makes sense. Lead with try to when I make a step, I need to think of leading instead of just like going with the flow. Uh, Definitely changed my outlook on life. Took things more serious, tighten up a lot of more things, but it's pretty much the overall thing. I will go with.
All right. So I do know, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I started, I was doing when I had my first son, I was doing some other things, right? And so it changed my whole game plan.
Oh yeah,
It made
definitely.
and my son, he has his daughter. And to be honest with you, he came to me and understood the game plan that I had for him. He said, Dad, I'm focusing on this business for me now. It's not just for you. When he said that, that was one of the most important things that I've heard my son tell me. Because the whole time that I've been grooming him since for 5 years in the company, I'm thinking that he working and doing it for him. I mean, he working it for him. He see the vision, but it wasn't until he had his daughter that he came to me and said, Dad, I'm doing this for me now. And the whole business took different. He started to value the brand. Another thing I tell you too is that I learned from dealing with people around me that this didn't have nothing to do with the conversation, but those that looking at me building your company, don't talk about building your company, talk about building your brand. Because what I realized with dealing with some of the people that's on my team, from younger people, which is my children, to older people, which is some of the people that I work with, is that when I took and start talking about the brand, can't take this. The brand needs to be built. Even my son, which was my son. Like, and I say son, you know that you get rebellious against your parents and you can't tell me what to do. He's 21, 22, so he gets to smelling himself, as they say when I was younger. But what I'm saying you is this: when I connected the brand of the company to the Jordan brand of shoes, he loved Jordans. And so he don't do Nikes. So when I connected the word brand, like, what about the brand? What about the Jordan? When I connected those two, he also changed. So it's a bunch of little things that we can do inside of our company to help our team kind of grow. That's why I focus on team building and team growth. What else we got out here before we get on out of here? All right, so we got your TikTok. We got this. I got one more picture for you before we get on up out of here, man. What was this right here?
That's when I stopped and saw you, and we were in Marysville.
What you doing in them? What you doing in my city, man?
What was we? I went to go see Cat Williams. We went to go see Cat Williams.
Y'all went to go see Cat, man. Cat took a he turned his year around, man. Cat turned his year around. Now they got did it, but
Yeah, they got my boy.
No did it. But no, so you was down here, man, and you made a chance to see me, man. I really appreciate you coming on live and reaching out. Said you wanted to do this. Anybody else if I don't want to do a live, man, let's go and let's talk a little bit about business. We can talk anything from virtual assistant, business. I don't just stick with cleaning company, although I do have a cleaning company. We can talk business, virtual assistants, AI, finances, real estate. Like it's a plethora of things. Fatherhood, freedom, freeing your mind from the old way of thinking. Family. I say family because family, a lot of people say family first, but I come to realize it's not family first. That's a misstatement. It's freedom first, freeing the dome, freeing the way you think. When you put your family first and you're going for family, you go out there and it be ill-gotten gain. You could go out there and make money all different type of ways, talking about fam first. But when you put yourself first, you free yourself of the old way of thinking. You free yourself of that rat race. You free yourself of what you got going on, and then you can kind of see more of where you want to go. All right, freedom, family, finances, and then fatherhood. Fatherhood is not fathering your children. Fatherhood to me is fathering the community. This is a part of fatherhood. When you get to where you want to go to, Christian, I hope that you give your fatherhood back. You be a father to people behind you that don't know what they need. Like I know a lot of times when we started, you said that you didn't have you said your father was doing business, right?
Mhm.
Where you had somebody that kind of showed you. My father was not in my life. He got killed when I was younger. So I've always wanted to be a father. That's all I wanted to be. And so now that I'm able to give back, I want to father the hood. I want to show people that might not have what I missed who I am and what I can bring to the world. So, man, that's just my feel for the day, man. You got any last words that you want to talk about before we get out of here?
No, I don't think so. Just hey, if y'all need to reach out to me or any questions about government contracting, state government contracting, uh, I'm willing to answer it, and hopefully I can help you out on the federal as well.
All right, give that information again so some case someone knows.
All right, email aquamancleaning223 at gmail.com, and that TikTok is aquamancleaning223.
So that's Aquaman, AQUAMEN cleaning 223
Yes, sir, at
at
gmail.com. That
gmail.com. Okay,
email.
Aquaman cleaning 223. All right, Mr. Christian, man. Thank you for joining me, man. I say wishing they ain't doing enough. I like what you're doing with your VAs. I like how you're growing your company, and I like that you are taking charge, man. You're a true leader, man. And I'm out of here. Peace.
All right, appreciate you, man.